Over, I can see Washi on the call. Just chuck me a quick text, mate, making sure this is live and people can hear me. I've been called in late notice again. Alex Cannon, who was meant to be doing the call, a few technical issues like we typically have on this sort of platform, but we'll kick this thing off on time so you guys can hear the information and make a decision whether you like the information and you want to move forward with what we're doing here in the UK and in Project 2000. And I'm going to explain a little bit about my story, a little bit about what we're doing as an organization. And you've probably heard the name OrganoGold now, and you're probably thinking, what is it? What they're doing? Is it one of those things? And I just want to kind of put my spin on how I see it and the reason why I've done this, because what we're trying to do over the next 90 days is really launch this brand, okay? This gourmet coffee, green tea, healthier brand in the UK market. And for me, we've got an opportunity here to really build it, okay? Right at the very beginning, right before anyone really understands what OrganoGold is, and move it like that and get amongst it, ride the wave, build the momentum of this company. And my name's Josh Maskell. I got my start in a nutrition company, word of mouth marketing as well. And with that, I saw the ability to really build something big. Was around people making great incomes. And I definitely saw there that this way of making money through word of mouth, referring friends and etc. To products and services made sense. Like I said, most of you are probably seeing this opportunity tonight for the very first time. And one thing that I recommend always is be open-minded. Listen, it's not for everybody. Listen to the information and make a decision for you. Like I said, you're probably thinking, what's going on? You've heard the stories. Is it too good to be true? And how has a company in such a short amount of time created so many success stories? And I put that down to the simplicity, not only of the business model, but the product. And OrganoGold as a company, okay, 6 years old, hasn't scratched the surface on where we can take this concept. When I was first approached by OrganoGold, my business partners who were from Canada, tell me that, listen, we found the greatest product ever designed for networking. And at the time, you've probably heard it and seen it on Facebook, the amount of people that are getting behind products. I thought, is it the next big juicing product? Is it the next big skincare? And he said it was centered around coffee. And at the time, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disheartened because at the time I was not a coffee drinker, didn't drink coffee. So I was kind of shut off to the idea. And the reason why that is that I had the mindset that, listen, if I didn't drink it, then no one's going to drink it. And I was really shut off to the idea originally. But then I started doing a little bit of research, started looking into just how big coffee and tea is. Okay, it's everywhere now. We've just been out and now Shell, the petrol station, which are known for petroleum and oil, are now serving Costa Express in their fuel station. So you can see now that all the major companies are really getting behind coffee. And like I said at the time, I definitely had a consumer perspective, and Warren Buffett, a famous investor, said, listen, what you like to do should be a hobby of yours, but what the world does, you should make that your business. And like I said, I've made great income in network marketing, in this business model, but I was always trying to move products and sell you on the idea of doing something. Whereas we've just an example of our product here, a black coffee. Can you think of 10 people you already know who drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? This is it's a universal approach. Everyone knows what coffee is. It doesn't matter what language you speak it in. You know what it means. And for me, looking at the UK market, no one's built anything of significance yet in terms of a size of a group and a business. When I got started with 10 boxes pretty much like this. And as you know, I started building it under the radar. And with that, I didn't tell anybody that it was network marketing. I didn't tell anybody it was a new business. I just wanted to get some feedback on how did it taste, right? Was the product good? How did it make them feel? Because obviously you're going to see that our product, well, coffee is actually the delivery system for our main product, which I'll explain a little bit later on. But I started by just giving away free samples. Like I said, get some feedback, how did it taste, how did it make you feel? And from that, I got great results. And For every 10 samples that I give away, 5 or 6 at the time want to know more about where do I get more of that from? Supply and demand. And 2 to 3, I think, at the time want to know, well, what is it you're doing? And there, I saw a clue, because I realized there that anybody could give away free coffee and have a conversation. And I'd never been a big product guy. I'd always led with the business. But with this, I definitely saw an ability that anybody from any background, doesn't matter on influence or job title or anything like that, could really make this work for them. And that's all relative to whatever it is, whether it's £200 a month, £2,000 a month, or creating wealth for yourself. It's all relative with this, okay? It's all performance driven. And I always say that network marketing and what we're a part of has never been easier now, just how connected we are. Everybody's got one of these smartphones. Everyone's connected now, and it's just never been easy. We've all got our own circle of influence and social circle that we can tap into. And I always say that old school advertising, like adverts, billboards, flyers, all this stuff, doesn't work the way it used to work. You know what I mean? Sky TV, which my partner likes watching, she's Sky Plus everything, so she'll just skip through the advertisements. YouTube, I guarantee it, next time you're on there, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, skip ad. Everybody's connected. Everyone's got that influence, and all we're looking to do, instead of the OrganoGold paying the big money for advertising and all that stuff, they pay people like me and you to go out there and network this product. Perfect business. And for me, like I said, our company has generated quick results in a very short amount of time, and that for me was a clue. And I always looked at this company, I always saw it on my radar, and they got the job done and built a decent momentum pace up from a very limited product line. Okay, and they had inexperienced network marketers. That means people who didn't know network marketing or weren't business orientated, people who just liked sharing the coffee, liked sharing the opportunity, and made it work. You had people like Stephen Ronda Martin, Josie Ardone, David Imonitie, who had built the company up to just under $350 million in sales per year by simply sampling out the coffee. Okay, people with no experience, more people like Marianne Node, who didn't have any background in networking again, but really loved the product, really loved the reishi mushroom, which I'm going to explain a little bit later on. And right now, Wave 2 started. Okay, Project 2000 in the UK, we're really launching this business now. You're seeing sporting professionals getting involved. You're seeing professional boxers. We've got people of influence really getting behind the brand. And the reason why that is that they're seeing opportunity. Okay, and the only question I want you to ask yourself tonight is, do you see one in it for you? And I want you to answer that. I'm not going to give you any pitch or hype. I'm going to show you the information, and I want you to make a decision for you. But let me take a little time out to explain why coffee and network marketing made sense to me. And many of you have probably heard about OrganoGold already. You might have been sampled, you might have tried it and liked the taste. Your friend might have got you on this call, I don't know. And some of the seasoned networkers or people who might be business orientated, businessmen and women, are probably thinking the exact same way I thought, is how the hell do you make money selling coffee? Okay, and for me, what I recognize is that unlike other products, okay, majority of products, coffee is a commodity. Okay, and coffee does not require a sales pitch. People will always go out there, and when they run out of coffee, they'll buy more. The only question that I ask myself is, can I get enough people to drink this gourmet, healthier brand? That's the only real question you've got to ask yourself tonight again. And what I figured out is that people do not spend money on things they need, okay? They will always spend money on things they want, okay? That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And nobody needs coffee, okay? It's something that you desire. It's something that's habitual, and you do 2, 3, 4 times a day. We've spoken to people who drink up to 15 cups of coffee a day. For me, that's a true residual product, because what are they going to do when they run out? They're going to come back and order more. And this is why our results are so strong. Number one, it's not a fad, okay? And you've got companies now, I discussed Shell and Costa, but you've got companies like Starbucks, okay? They made it acceptable to charge £2, £3, £4, £5 for a cup of coffee, and they created what's called the gourmet coffee industry. And most people always ask me, well, what's gourmet? Yes, it's the taste, but more importantly, from a business standpoint, it's the price. Okay, You only have to look at this guy here. Not many people recognize that guy. That's Howard Schultz. That's the CEO of Starbucks. Okay, businessman of the year 2011, a coffee guy. And like I said, the gourmet coffee industry has grown massively, growing every single year, year on year. You only have to look at other companies like McDonald's, okay, typically known for burgers and fries, who have now moved towards the McCafe, you know what I mean? And McDonald's had always sold coffee, but it was a very inexpensive add-on that you got with your meal. Okay, they never saw the potential in that, but they looked at what Starbucks were doing over the road. Okay, saw that they were building profit year on year, and at the time McDonald's was struggling. Okay, they'd fired Ronald McDonald. You don't see him anymore. Okay, what they did was they rebranded. Okay, they relaunched and they brought out the McCafe, and they brought a strong marketing campaign, increased the budget on that by 70%. Brought new cups out, changed the price, and right now tens of millions of revenue has been generated every single quarter from just coffee. We've seen now KFC have brought out Seattle's best coffee. Greg's, another prime example, have just changed their brand of coffee, and it's boosted sales that little bit more. Burger King have brought out the iced mocha, and they've recently launched the latte range. And coffee in the UK, just from a business standpoint, it achieved a growth rate 7 to 8 times that of the British economy. Okay, that's big. To me, that means we're going through. Would you ask yourself the question, do you agree the economy is great at the minute? Okay, a product last year when we were meant to be going through a recession grew 7 to 8 times that of the British economy. That to me shows that people would not stop drinking coffee. It was recession proof, and you've got to look at market trends once you're making a business decision. Okay, and I believe now that the UK is definitely a nation of coffee drinkers. When I was a kid, I kind of looked at my granddad who drank the coffee, and I thought it was an old people's thing to do. But right now, we have a younger demographic, the millennials, 18 and upwards, some even younger, it's cool now to drink coffee. We have a culture of Starbucks, Costas. We have people even driving through these establishments now to purchase their coffee. And these companies all figured out that coffee is a commodity. It's actually it's the second most traded commodity next to oil. The Washington Post released an article last month stating that coffee was a better investment this year than gold and oil. Okay, and like I said, you've got Costa portable vending machines in service stations, and for me, it's the right place, the right time, and we've definitely got the right product. We're looking now for the right people to really launch our brand. So what I personally did was, when I was looking at all this information, I didn't listen to what my mum said. I didn't listen to what my spouse said. I didn't listen to what the network marketers said. What I looked at was, what were these major CEOs doing and how were they making all the money? And what I realized was, once I put all these things together and realized what they were doing, I got a clue. And that's exactly why I launched in the coffee industry. And right now, the purpose of this call is we're looking for people to get behind the brand, to join our network and build this brand person to person. And we've definitely got professionals looking at this call now, and the income that you can get, I'm not going to make any income claims, but it's all relevant. Okay, it's all performance driven income. Okay, and if you share the product enough and you share the story enough, you're going to find like-minded people who like what they see. And for me, coffee and networking is the bridge to get where you want to get. Okay, 3 years ago, I was working at a local sports centre in Castleford, making £5 an hour. You know what I mean? I now make 5 figures a month, and I don't say that to show off. I say that because I am a normal average kid who's made it happen. And listen, we can't guarantee anything, and we don't want to be a company that says like that, but it's all performance and effort based. And if you're willing to follow a system which is so simple, which has been put together by the top earners in this industry, okay, check out businessfromhome.org. 6 of the top 10 are now in Organo Gold making the money. So like I said, they're launched in 3 flavors, the black, the latte, and the mocha. And we've now got more product range. We've got the green and red tea, the hot chocolate. We've got the black ice. We've got the espresso machines now, like this here, which is Nespresso compatible. So now a lot of people do drink their product in capsule form. And you've also got the capsules, the Ganoderma capsules, and that's the difference. Okay, that's what's making us different to all these other coffee brands, is a herb called Ganoderma. Okay, I've only just learned how to say it. But listen, Google the herb. Okay, put reishi mushroom in there, put Ganoderma lucidum in there, and do your own research. It's a natural treasure of China. It's been used in Chinese and Japanese medicine for absolutely thousands of years. And for me, Ganoderma allows the body to perform the way it was supposed to perform. And you've got to go out there and do your own research, okay? And like I said, I've always been in nutrition, in and around nutrition. And what I realized is that people do not like to take pills, okay? So what Organo Gold have done is they've taken this superfood, okay, one of the top superfoods in the world, and they've infused it into products that people use every single day. People drink tea every day. People drink coffee every day. People drink hot chocolate every day. And excuse me, that's just the way it is. So why not take the health and put it into the habit? And that's genius. Okay, every time someone drinks a cup of Organo Gold, they're getting the benefit of that superfood. Okay, all our products contain 100% certified organic Ganoderma. Okay, and I'm going to quickly move on now. That's the products, and that's a little bit about me. But we want to know, number one, how do we make money? And from a system standpoint, how do we market it? And from a system standpoint, we give away free samples. Okay, it's never been easier. We use there an example. Facebook, look at Facebook. They built their brand from simply giving a free email link referral away. And for me, if Facebook would have charged just 1 penny to get involved, it wouldn't be where it is now. So we've got 4 questions, and work with me on this. You might think it's a little bit cheesy, but the work every single time is when I'm out and about, I'll ask people, not always straight away, but 4 questions. Do you or anyone you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? The second question I ask them is, well, how do you drink it? Is it black? Is it green tea? Is it latte? The third question is, what brand do you typically drink? Is it Nestle, Starbucks? Is it Maxwell House? And the fourth question is, when was the last time that brand paid you for drinking or recommending that product? Listen, they might laugh and snigger, but the answer is always never. I will always then reach into my pocket and give them a free sample of Organo Gold and follow up correctly. Okay, I wanted to know 2 questions. How did it taste? How did it make you feel? And I've built a large organization in a very short amount of time from doing that. I've gone from 4 people in my front room showing the opportunity to building a team now near enough 1,000 people in a very short amount of time. And I've done that from simply sampling products and doing home events. Really simple process. There's no need for high-level trainers in this. Okay, I've been in and around networking now for a while, and most companies have trainings which you should call them 1,001 ways to confuse a distributor. And with us, we've got a 4-step system to follow that I truly believe is so simple and anyone can do. That's why the slogan of the company is it's easy, it's simple, it's coffee. Okay, and for me, if you see that and you see the simplicity on it, okay, you want to get involved with what we're doing. And there's 2 things we do as a company to market our products and go out there and build the brand. Number 1 is we build a community of coffee drinkers. We want people to know about our brand, and we do that from sampling, from retailing, and from getting the product out there and letting people taste it. Okay, we're open for market in 35 plus countries, and our goal in every single one of those markets is to capture 1% of the market we go into. The second thing we do as a company is we recruit and we enroll entrepreneurs and business builders like yourself who go out there and build a bigger community of coffee drinkers. Okay, the whole foundation is retail, whether that's direct sales, wholesaling, or building a distributor base. Okay, with those 2 activities in mind, there's 7 ways, now 8, that we get paid in Organo Gold. Number 1 is retail sales. So when you become a distributor tonight, you're going to get access to this product at wholesale price. And all you do there is you buy low, you sell high, and it's that simple. Coffee is the business of profit. And like I said, retail is the whole foundation. And we're competitive. Okay, we're competitive in pricing. At full retail price, our black coffee is only 80p a drink. Okay, at wholesale, it's 40p a drink. So you're getting to offer someone a quality product with a health component for under £1. For me, great work. And you've got people who are doing it through trade shows, people who do it person to person, charitable events, home events, and so much more. Everybody's out there drinking coffee. Just supply the demand to the marketplace. The second way to be paid is what's called fast track commissions. And for me here, this is when you bring in business builders, okay? Every time they come in with either a bronze, a silver, or a gold, which I'll go into a little bit later on, they're going to pay you a referral bonus. Don't be freaked out by this. Recommending things like a business is something that we do. We recommend all the time. So, and this is no different. Okay, if I asked you tonight, could you recommend me a nice restaurant to eat in your town, or could you recommend me a nice wine? Could you recommend me a DVD? You know how to do it. I guarantee at work, the majority of things that you're talking about is recommending things. All we do in this business is recommend a quality product and a quality business opportunity. And that's the simplicity of it. And every time you recommend a business partner and they come in with either a bronze, a silver, or gold, you're going to be looked after and compensated accordingly. The third way to be paid is what's called a dual team. Okay, for networks on the call, it's what's called a binary system. And all we're asking you to do here is to go out and find 2 people who like you, like coffee, and want to make a little bit of extra income. Okay, and what we do there is we build 2 communities. We build 2 sales teams, one on the left and one on the right. And once we build those 2 teams, left and right, at the end of every week, Organo Gold will take a scan of your entire organization all the way through infinity, and they will pay you up to 20% of the lesser leg. Okay, and that cap reaches up to £20,000 per week. And when I say figures like that, it doesn't always click with people, because when I started this, okay, my goal when I left university was to make that a year. Okay, and I would never have had the understanding that I could make that sort of money per week. Okay, I'm not making any income claims, but what I'm saying is they've put a cap there for a reason, because people are reaching that. So you've got to have that belief in this. Okay, you've probably heard the success stories. Okay, I read through these gold magazines and flick through and see so many success stories in here of people who have made this work. And like I said, I'm a normal average kid who's built myself a business from scratch. Okay, and that's what I love about this. Okay, you're going to hear people say this and that, but this is giving someone an opportunity with very little outlay to go out there and build a business. Ways 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are what are called residual income. Okay, most people are used to the linear type of income, which means you go to work and you get paid a set amount of money, whether that's an hourly rate or a salary. And all this is every time you refer someone, okay, and you build that organization, that distributors, okay, every time they reorder product in your organization, you're going to be paid compensation just for referring them at the very start. So with that said, okay, because it can be a little bit confusing there, the only thing that I want to write this down, if you're a guest, okay, write this down, is do you believe you can change the brand of 10 people in 30 days, okay? Change their brand, whether it's the pods, whether it's black coffee, latte, mocha, whatever it is. Can you change their brand from whatever they're drinking now to that? Okay, 30 days to do that, okay? There's no time limit. I'm giving you an example here. Do you believe you can change 10 people's? I did that in the first 2 hours of business, okay? What I found is that when I've got 10 customers, my average customer will buy off me 2 boxes per month. The average price, like I said, we sell our boxes for are £25 for a month's supply. And from that, you're going to get around £230 profit from just changing 10 people's brands, okay? That's an extra £2,760 per year from simply just changing 10 people's brands of coffee, okay? The second question we ask you is, over 18 months, do you believe you can build a distribution team, okay, of business partners who also go out and find their 10 customers? Okay, a team of 1,000 with 10 customers is 10,000 customers. That's 20,000 boxes of coffee going through your account each and every month. That's $300,000 in sales per month from people just getting 10 customers, okay? You're going to have people who do more. You're going to have people who do less. This is just an example to show you how easy this can work. The residual part of the compensation plan pays out between 8 and 12% on average. That would be, with that example there, results not typical, so don't be typical, £20,000 per month from people just reordering coffee in your organization. Like I said, that just goes over most people's heads because you don't think it's achievable. And it's all about the power of thought and seeing where this can go. Like I said, this company doesn't pay for advertising and billboards. They pay the distributors like me and you to go out there and build this brand. And this can go as big as you can dream it. Okay, you can go out there and speak to one or two people. You go on there and speak to the masses. And like I said, we're the most socially connected generation ever. Okay, I've probably got people on the comms. Look at the attendees. We've all got Australians on here. We've got people from down south. I've got teams in Italy now. We've even got people looking at the business from Nigeria. So with just this platform here, it's just another example of just how easy it is to connect with people. Skype, Ubers, calls, FaceTimes. It's never been easier to build this business, and that's just an example of just how easy you can build the residual part of the compensation plan. And the last part of the compensation plan is the Mercedes car bonus, the Dream Car Club. Okay, and they're going to pay you there once you reach a certain level in the business. They're going to give you certain payments towards a car. Okay, and I'm the first guy in our group to do that. I've just been out there and picked up my black Mercedes, and that's just another incentive to go out there and build the business. And like I've said, it's all that what I've just discussed. It's £40 to get started. Okay, and you've got to look past that small startup. Okay, traditional businesses typically cost much more to get started. Franchises can cost up to £100,000 to get started, and you've got to see this as a billion-dollar business, because if you go out there and treat it like that, it's going to pay you like that. And like I said, it's all performance driven, and such a low startup cost, you can make unlimited income with this. It's a proven model. Okay, it's a proven model. If you're curious about the industry, check a documentary out called Rise of the Entrepreneur. Okay, it's a must watch for people who are business minded and open-minded to new ways of this century. So £40 to get started, that's going to give you access to wholesale purchases and the ability to enroll distributors and people like yourself who are looking at the call tonight and want to get started. People want to move that a little bit quicker. You're going to understand that you're going to need some of this stuff. Like I said, we're going to sample, find us customers and bring in distributors. We're going to need some product to get started with. And what we recommend everybody comes in with in the UK is the bronze kit. That's an extra £130, but it's going to give you 10 boxes of variety of coffee. And that's going to give you, like I said, £130 worth of product plus 10% on your dual team. The silver pack is an extra £340, which you can do on day 7 if you need to. And that's £340 worth of products and up to 15% on your dual team. The gold pack, which all the serious business builders will look to do on day 7, is an extra £1,050. It's going to give you the equivalent in product, and it's going to give you your maximum commissions on dual team. So anyone who's looking at this from a serious business builder standpoint, that's what I did on day 7, because I quickly realized that I needed coffee. And like I said, in closing, right now, what we're looking to do is looking for people to really get behind the brand. I've been working hard. We've got people like Ben Kane, Reese Loves Grove, who are really building this now, really getting behind what we're doing and building it right. Okay, you've heard the success stories. We've got people like Manny Pacquiao and Greg Norman who are launching this with us now. Like I said, that's instant credibility. And our goal is to capture 1% of any market that we go into. And for me, just thank you for taking the time out. What I do recommend you do, there is a small part of this where it does pay to get yourself positioned, specifically on the dual team. Unlike normal network marketing companies where you're placed side by side, in this you're positioned in rank of order. So if you're serious and you want to take a position in a fast-growing team, like I said, Project 2000, we're going to put 1,000 on that left-hand side, 1,000 on the right. Whereabouts do you want to be positioned? Remember, it's easy, it's simple, it's coffee. And in closing, don't get off the call and go and speak to someone who has no idea what they're talking about, okay? Because remember, some people will not have seen this information and won't understand it. Like I said, my mum tried to talk me out of the deal when I wanted to get involved, and people don't know what they don't know. This will be a household name. This thing's working, it's real, and the sooner you get your head around that it's real, it's a legitimate way to do business, and be the first to get behind the brand. You've got companies like Amway, Herbalife, Juice Plus, Nu Skin, who are in the billions. Okay, the market's full of distributors, whereas with this brand new product, universal concept, easy to market, and we'll see you all at the top. Go get your questions answered. Reach out to me on Facebook, Josh Maskell, and get Skype in, FaceTime, make the decision, and we'll see you at the top.